Students, let's continue with the concluding part of chapter 2, classification of the living world. Children, today we will complete this chapter. So, let's begin with vertebrates. Children, if you remember, in my last video, I explained you about the invertebrates, or you can say the kingdom Animalia. We discussed about kingdom Animalia, which is broadly classified into two main categories, invertebrates and vertebrates. Invertebrates are the animals that don't have a backbone, right? And vertebrates are the animals that have a vertebral column in them. So let's see more about them. Vertebrates. Vertebrates fall under the phylum Chordata. Chorda means cord in Latin, which comprises all animals that have a notochord. The notochord is a rod of flexible tissue running from the head to the tail. The notochord forms a part of the vertebral column, which characterizes all vertebrates. And vertebrates are divided into 5 main classes. What are those? They are Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. So one by one we discuss about each class, right? So first we begin with Pisces. Pisces means fish. All fish belong to this class, though sharks, seahorses, and ray fish look very different. They don't look like fish, but yes, they belong to the same class. Now we discuss about the following characteristics of fish. Number 1, fish may have a bony skeleton as in trouts and carps, or a cartilaginous skeleton as in sharks. Bony skeleton means, children, very thin skeleton. Now the second point is a streamlined body, and fins are adaptation that help them swim. The tail fin helps them change direction and maintain balance. Streamlined body means, children, have you seen the picture of a fish? Many of you have, you know it, how a fish look like. So streamline means, children, tapering from both the sides. Tapering means pointed, right? So you can see here, I am just drawing a rough picture. This pointed, right? So a fish has a streamlined body and it has got fins, right? These are the fins. These two things help the fish to adapt itself into the water, and especially the tail fins. It helps the fish to change the direction and maintain balance in the water, right? Now the next point is that most fish have a body covered with scales. That also, this is the fish. I'm just drawing the rough diagram, children, to make you understand only. These are the scales. So these are known as scales, right? Their body are covered with scales. Now we come to the next point. Here are some of the pictures of the different types of fish, right? You can see it here. This is the fish has got a streamlined body, as I was explaining in that point, tapering from both the sides, pointed from both the sides, right? Then you can see the seahorse. It is also a kind of fish. Now we come to the next point. The fish breathe with the help of gills, as we breathe with the help of nose. And what is the breathing organ in our body? That is lungs. So the fish, they breathe with the help of gills. Next point about them is that they lay eggs. However, many species of sharks, seahorses, rays, and several other give birth to young ones. So most of them, they lay eggs. बहुत सारे eggs देते हैं, and some of them, they give birth to their young ones. The next very important point about the fish is that they are cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded means, children, that the temperature of their body changes with the temperature of their surroundings. So according to the temperature of the surrounding, they change the temperature of their body. तो सराउंडिंग्स के अकॉर्डिंगली अपनी बॉडी के टेम्परेचर को क्या करते हैं बेटा, ये चेंज कर लेते हैं, राइट? सो सच काइंड्स ऑफ एनिमल्स आर नोन एज कोल्ड ब्लडेड एनिमल्स. The animals which change their body temperature according to their surroundings are called cold-blooded animals. Now, We come to the next class, that is amphibia. The word amphibia is derived from amphi, which means both in Greek. This is because most amphibians spend the early part of their lives in water and rest on land. Frogs, toads, and salamanders are amphibians and have the following characteristics. So here in the picture you can see some of the amphibians, right? So here you can see some of the amphibians. You can see the toads, frogs, and salamanders, right? So they live in water as well as on land. They spend most of the time of their life in water and on land. Frogs, toads, and salamanders are amphibians and have the following characteristics. So let's discuss about their characteristics. Most of them can swim and lay their eggs in water. They usually have webbed feet that help them swim. Webbed feet. You have seen the webbed feet in the ducks and the frogs. Webbed feet means like this. This such kinds of webs. These are webbed feet. Right? Young toads and frogs called tadpoles have tails and breathe through their gills. The second characteristics of amphibian is that the young toads and frogs, जब वो बहुत छोटे होते हैं, what we call them tadpoles, and they have got tails and they breathe through their gills, right? Adult frogs and toads do not have tails or gills, and when they grow up, जब ये बड़े हो जाते हैं, they don't have tails, the tail disappeared and they don't breathe with gills, they breathe with the lungs. They breathe through the skins and lungs. Salamanders have tails and look more like lizards. All amphibians have a naked, slimy skin. Naked means they don't have any scales. You can't see any scales on them, as we have seen on the fish. Most of the fish, they have scales on their body, but amphibians, they don't have scales on their skin. They are cold-blooded as the fish. They are also cold-blooded animals. So what are the things we have learnt about amphibians? The things is that they can live in water as well as on land. Then second, their young ones are known as young toads and frogs. They are known as tadpoles, and they have tails. Or we can say that young ones of the amphibians are looking very different from their adult one or from their parents. बिल्कुल अलग दिखते हैं. And then they breathe through the skin and lungs, right? They have a naked, slimy skin and they are cold-blooded. So these are some of the important characteristics of amphibians. Now we come to the next class, that is reptilia, reptiles. Reptiles means to creep or crawl in Latin. Lizard, tortoise, turtles, crocodiles, snakes and alligators are all reptiles and have the following characteristics. तो जो रेंगते हैं, creep और crawl means जो रेंगते हैं, रेंगने वाले जानवरों को हम क्या कहते हैं? Reptiles. So what are the characteristics of their body? Let's see. The body is covered with scales. They also have got the scales just like the fish. Reptiles may be aquatic or terrestrial, but they all breathe through their lungs. So they can live in water as well as on land, but they breathe through only lungs. Reptiles have limbs such as lizard, crocodiles and turtles. Use these to walk or swim, while snakes use the large scales under their body to crawl along the ground. Snakes have a flexible backbone and powerful muscles to help them crawl or swim swiftly, right? Most reptiles lay eggs with leathery shells. Some give birth to young ones. Unlike amphibians, young reptiles resemble their parents at birth. So this is the main difference between the amphibians and reptiles. In amphibians, the young one is totally different from their parents, whereas in reptiles, the young one is just resemble like their parents during their birth time also. Reptiles are also cold-blooded. So these are some of the important characteristics of reptiles. Now we come to the next class, that is aves. Aves means the birds. All birds fall under this class. Birds have the following characteristics. Let's see. The first one, birds are warm-blooded animals. This is the major difference between this three class and this one. All the three class that we have learned right now, that is Pisces, amphibians and reptiles, they all are cold-blooded, whereas the birds, they are warm-blooded animals. That means their body maintains a particular temperature irrespective of the temperature of their surroundings. So it means that they have a particular temperature in their body and that temperature doesn't change according to the surroundings. The body is covered with feathers, right? So you have seen the birds, they have feathers on their body. They have wings instead of four limbs. Most birds can fly. All birds can walk, including flightless birds like ostriches, emus, and penguins. Birds that swim have webbed feet. Birds have air cavities in their bones, or we can say they have hollow bones. उनके bones जो होते हैं वो अंदर से hollow होते हैं. And this make their skeleton light, and this hollow bones, when the air fill inside these bones, this make their skeleton light and help them to fly. Birds lay eggs and care for their young ones until the young are able to fend for themselves, right? Now we come to the last class, that is mammalia. Mammalia means mammals. We and most of our pets and farm animals are mammals and have the following characteristics. So we, the human beings, also fall in the same class, mammals. Mammals are also warm-blooded animals, with the exception of the platypus and different species of echidnas. All mammals give birth to babies. Young mammals initially survive on their mother's milk. जब छोटे होते हैं mammals, तो they survive on their mother's milk. This is true of even the egg-laying mammals also. All mammals have hair on their body. Most mammals have external ears and nose. All other vertebrates have only openings for the ears and nose. Next point about the mammals is that the mammals breathe through their lungs. Even aquatic mammals such as dolphins, porpoises, seals, and whales need to surface in order to breathe. So, with this, children, we have come to an end of this chapter. We have completed this chapter. So we have learnt about all the characteristics of different class. Try to learn all these characteristics and try to understand them also. So whenever you watch this video, please open your book also, so that whatever I am explaining you in the video, try to understand it. It will make you, it will help you to learn it in a more easier way, whatever I'm explaining, right? So try to understand and learn this chapter nicely, right? Take care, keep learning. Goodbye.